Hello, friends from the comic and manga world. My name is Hector,
And my name is G.
and we are here to talk to you about our picks for the December 18th, 2023 FOC. G and I work for Penguin Random House, and we manage sales into the direct comic market around the world. So, titles that we talk about in these videos are from publishers that we represent into those markets. Um, And also note that we're on social media. I forgot what I was the next thing. Also note that we're on social media, not just on YouTube, but also we are on Instagram, we are on X, previously Twitter, and also on Facebook. You can find us at PRH International Comics. So make sure to follow us. So let's get started with our picks for this week. I think the first one is mine, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll flip through it.
So first up is this graphic novel called In Utero by Chris Gush. This is from Top Shelf. Uh, this Chris Gush, if you don't know, is an Australian comic artist that has created a couple of other graphic novels also with Top Shelf, and he writes and he does the illustrations, and you can see it's very beautiful, very clean illustrations. Um, in this case, it's this story in Utero is it's described as a mix between Akira meets Aliens or Annihilation meets Evangelion. Also gets a little bit of vibes of Stranger Things in there. And you see why, because it's a coming of age monster tale. And 12 years after the disastrous explosion, young Haley is dropped off by her mom at the holiday camp in a dilapidated shopping mall. Alienated from the other kids, she connects with an eerie older teen named Jen. And but soon horrors awaken, and the two new friends are caught up in a cataclysmic battle between two terrifying creatures who have been lying dormant all this time. This is a very cool. I love coming of age horror sort of monster adventure survival stories, and this is that's what it is. That's why I said it reminded me a little bit of Stranger Things too. And it also, if you look up online, you'll see some of the interiors. All of it is done in this 3 or 4 color palette. So as you see here on the cover, you have black and white and then blue and red. And some of the interiors are black and white and red, and some of them are black and white and blue, or a mix like you see here. And the art is very beautiful. It has very, very cool spreads and very detailed, especially when it comes to showing off sort of the horrors that these two find, and the monsters that they encounter. Chris is very good about doing this very, like I said, very clean, very subtle sort of cartoony look, but at the same time have a lot of detail to it. Like you can see with the skull, there's a lot of details with all the shading and the teeth and all that. And the story, from the pages that I read so far, it looks very, very good. So I'm really looking forward to this one, and also check out his other two graphic novels, Bottled and Under Earth, also from Top Shelf, and we have them available at Penguin Random House.
I don't know if this was the intention, but the it
Uh-huh.
reminds me of like 3D films because of the red and the blue
It does
and the
have
way
that
that it
feeling, doesn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look at him like I wonder. And
But
it's
I
really
also,
cool the way it
if
looks.
you notice, like one of them has blue shirt, the other one has a red shirt. And like I said, in the interiors that we see, although I mean, like I noticed that some of the interiors are blue, some of the interiors are red, and then they're mixed in. So I wonder if it's like every time that both of them are on the page, he combines with color. I need to read the whole thing, and that's one detail I want to look at, because, like I said, um, you can tell he puts a lot of effort into every single little detail, even though it's very simple in the amount of color that it has, you know. So yeah, It does. It gave me that impression too. At first, I would look at it and like, oh, do I need 3D glasses to look at this?
Hmm.
Very cool.
All right.
Next up.
We're shifting a lot.
Yeah.
we we have Love, a kitten and a salty dog. With an adorable kitten that refuses to get be kissed. And this is by Nico Nen's art and story. This is a mature rated BL, despite how adorable the cover is. Mature rated with a capital M. And then we have Akura, who is a tough veterinarian who works at an animal hospital near the entertainment district. And one day, a college student, as it always happens,
As it happens.
as it always happens, a college student, not the fact that he's a college student, but the fact that he finds an abandoned tiny kitten, because
Yeah.
that's how it happens on the streets, and he brings it into the animal hospital, and then the two men grow closer together as Momo, the character, the college student, is trying to learn how to be a cat parent, and they bond over their discussions about how to get into parenthood. And so again, it's will they or won't they kind of story.
Will the cat
Will
allow them? Will the
will the
cat
cat
allow
allow them?
she
I
gets in
don't.
the way?
I'm like, part of me is like, I don't know if this is intentional, but I feel like it is intentional, and I don't know how I feel about this. But Momo is wearing a ribbon,
I
just
know. I
like
was
the
going to
cat.
mention that they're both wearing a red ribbon. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's how.
I think it is intentional.
It's probably intentional.
Well, and then the other question is the other character, is he trying to kiss the cat or kiss Momo?
Probably Momo, and the cat is
Okay.
interfering.
Interfering,
I'm
right?
guessing.
That was my first thought, but then I'd look at it and say maybe he was trying to kiss the cat. But no. It makes more sense. Well, I guess you have to read to find out.
Yeah. You have to read this to find out. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Okay, this is my what I think. I think if the ribbon is intentional because of the title, right? Like the salty dog is the tough, salty veterinarian.
Yeah.
And then the adorable kitten of
Yeah.
this relationship is Momo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I wonder if they're in the stories. This is another thing we need to find out, if they're then he's gonna keep matching ribbons and different accessories with the cat. So
if I'm not mistaken, I think Momo is Peach in
yeah,
Japanese, right? Because I
yeah.
think about Peach
Momoko, yeah.
Momoko. So the fact that the Momo as a character is like in a peach
Oh
color tone,
yeah. Yeah, even the
yeah,
hair. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah, even the hair. So they're
So
really
they're gonna stick to
embodying.
that.
Yes, yes.
All right. All right. All
All
right.
right, enough close
Yeah, I know.
analyzing.
And speculation about accessories. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta read this.
Yeah,
So
you gotta read it. Yeah. That's
obviously
the
I'm
point.
excited for this. Yeah. Okay.
Next up. Yes, Blue Book, 1947, #1. This is the cover G, 1 in 25, Virgin version for Christian Ward. This is the amazing book, the second installment of Blue Book by the team of James Tinian IV and Zach Thompson, and also with Michael Avon Owning and Gavin Fullerton. And this is, I mean, Christian Ward. We've talked about Christian Ward before in this, in our videos. We're fans of Christian Ward. Obviously, recently we talked about the Aquaman Andromeda, but we've talked, and I think we mentioned all the time, one of our G and my favorite books, Invisible Kingdom, and he was the artist for that, um, together with J. Willow Wilson. And I love this cover. It is so creepy. It is, the typical view of when you get abducted, when people get abducted and they kind of in a dreamlike state open their eyes and see an alien coming towards them with the light behind them. It really captures the horror of it, but in such a beautiful way with a lot of detail. I love that it gets kind of blurry as you get closer to the face, so it gives you that effect of, you know, somebody just waking up. Uh, Not much more to say, and you know, for fans of X Files and anything to do with aliens and mysteries like that, this book is right up your alley. So there you go.
Mhm. Next up, my pick is My Little Pony Classics Reimagined. I love when they do this, or what they're
Yeah.
doing this. I love that they're doing this. This is the Valentine's Day special. This is the Romeo and Juliet variant. I just love the look of it. It looks like just like a beautiful painting. If you didn't know, this art is done by Sarah Richard, and Sarah Richard has done like a gallery series of owls, and that like
Mm.
tends that's kind of like their
Oh,
signature in a way. So when I see that, like, and then inserting those owls in this cover is just kind of like it pinpoints the fact that it's very much Sarah Richard. An interesting fact, this is just like a random fact, but I saw in Sarah's bio that she's descended from like the victims of the Salem witch trials, and she's based in Massachusetts.
oh wow.
So a lot of her art is influenced by like the macabre, like the like horror, and
Yeah.
she's really interested in like historical artifacts as well. So you see a lot of that even in this one, like seeping in, like there is definitely an interest of the past and bringing
Yeah.
the artistic influences from the past into the
Yeah.
modern day. So I thought it was just a beautiful cover that they did. So
Yeah, I love that detail about the owls. It's awesome.
hmm hmm
Excellent.
okay. Excellent.
And our next cover, this is Avengers Twilight #2 by Sergio Davila variant. This is a 1 in 25. I mean, it's such a beautiful piece of art, and you look at it, and it's extremely beautiful. And you have Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and Miss Marvel looking very cool. It's just a very classic Avengers pose kind of look. And then you look at the bottom and you see sort of a slab of concrete that says after Carlos Pacheco. And it's because it's homaging another cover that Carlos Pacheco, the great artist who sadly passed away last year around this time, that he did for Avengers Forever, and it's Avengers Forever #4. And if you look at it, it is very, very similar. And I was researching about it, and then the story. First of all, the characters on that cover are characters from Earth 9930, which is part of the storyline for that comic in particular. But they in the description it also mentions about how the story has kind of Star Wars vibes to it. And then I look at this cover, and then you realize, oh, I think it might have been like that pose with Captain America and the characters around it. It might also be kind of inspired by the Star Wars posters. So it is very cool, very beautiful. I love what Sergio Davila did here in general, just by itself. But on top of that, he did a very good job of homaging the homage of taking that cover of Avengers Forever #4 from Carlos Pacheco. So
Mhm.
there you go.
All right, next up I have Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. This is issue number 3, variant B. This is the Riley Rosmo storybook variant. This is not my first. I think I probably chose every single cover
I
so far
think
to
so. I
highlight
think like one different from each, but yeah, yeah, yeah,
each. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's one of those series that just has really good covers behind it, and
yeah,
I just wanted to highlight it again because it's great. We have the literal red-handed
yeah.
blood on the hands of this what you would normally consider as an adorable bear, but very scary looking
Yeah,
bear on the cover here. It's just like a really fun story so far that I've read, and it's just like one of those the titles that you don't want to miss out on. And I just love that they keep doing these storybook variants for each of the issues,
yeah,
and I for one cannot wait till it's collected as well. So this
yeah.
is
And I hope they,
one of those ones.
yeah, and I hope they do like a very beautiful storybook kind of looking collection of it too, because
Hmm.
it's really, I love all the details, obviously all the strings, and then having the sort of the string with the needles at the bottom. But then I just noticed, I didn't notice before the hammer and the knife on the top, right by the IDW logo.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's, yeah, so much detail. And this series is, it's getting a lot of attention. It's like, it's, I think, one of the big surprises of the year. And it's like, I know that online a lot of people are really talking it up and talking a lot about the love they have. And it's a, if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it too. It's a very cool
Hmm.
story. So
Hmm.
definitely go for it. Doctor Strange, number 12. This is an Alex Ross cover. There's the cover A. Um, and here you have Stephen, Doctor Strange, just walking Bats the dog, the ghost dog, in the park, and with the coffee in hand. And everybody else who are walking dogs in the park, and I don't even know, you see even in the background, the people are just staring, obviously, at this floating ghost dog. I just love this. I love, I'm trying to think, and I'm sure a lot of you out there know more than I do about this, but I'm trying to think if Alex Ross has ever done like something this sort of quirky and funny before. Like usually they're extremely beautiful covers and they're extremely serious covers, but I don't remember. But this one, it's definitely so cool. And I recently in another video for collected editions, upcoming collected editions in February, I mentioned the collected edition of Unleashed, where Bats, the ghost dog, is investigating um, a case with some of the other animals in the Marvel universe. And from what I see in the description and this storyline that for this issue, that's what Bats is doing. He's going to be investigating a mystery and then joining in with other animal characters, and some other superheroes are going to show up too. So it's right up that same alley of Unleashed. And also, there was a little bit of that started with the Thor last year, where Throg and Ghost, recruited Bats to help him find Mjolnir. And so this is very, very cool. I love the perspective. I love that you see, I guess that's in the background, there's a big building. It could be, I don't know, it could be, what's the name of that big building? Here, I forget. Or it could be the Avengers Plaza. I don't know, but it looks really, really cool. Uh, and I love the fact that Doctor Strange is just walking around the dock and carrying a, a cup of coffee as he's doing it. It's very cool.
I I think for me, what's brilliant about this cover, and you mentioned it, is really the perspective
Yeah.
because the if I was in this scenario, I would have to be either sitting on the ground or on a bench because of the way like
Yep.
the street is leveled. Like as you're looking at the cover, it forces you to look up too
Yeah. Yeah.
because of the way that he just exposes the street
Hmm.
more. It like forces your eye up. So like not only is any of the all of the like not only is Doctor Strange, but everyone surrounding him looking up, it forces you to look up too, which I think is like really
Yeah.
cool the way that
Yeah.
the
I,
perspective is done.
I know, and it's a big part of it. I mean, like he could have just gone very flat, you know, just 2D uh of an image of a Doctor Strange with the dog, and that was it. But like I said, yeah, like we were saying, it he went through the trouble saying, no, no, this has to be like a somebody at a spectator view with the right perspective and the right angles to it,
Mhm.
and it draws your attention up, like you said. And the color scheme is, as always, on point. It's really cool. Excellent. Very cool.
And then this is my next pick. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures issue number 10, cover A. This is a shonen cover. I just picked it because it reminded me of Looney Tunes, and I really like
Yeah.
that fact. It's just like the turtles going through Warner Brother Presents, the Looney Tunes popping up, but it's not the Looney Tune characters, it's the turtles,
Yeah.
and they look mighty, they look fairly scared, so, and concerned. I just really like it, so that's the
Yeah.
reason why I picked it.
It's, I don't know why, but they did used to have a lot of that was a look all the time during the Saturday morning cartoons. I guess they
Mhm,
were always concerned. You're right.
mhm, mhm.
Excellent. And there's
Alright,
a little bit of news, right, that we always talk
yeah.
about at the end. So, G, take it away.
Let me see if I could play this. I should be able to. I'm gonna
Yeah.
lower the
There you
volume here.
go.
Look at the campus notes. If you don't know, I'm a fan of stationery, so anytime I see stationery brands come up, I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's off topic. This is a sign of affection. This is just a reminder that the anime is coming out next month, and they actually released a second trailer that you're seeing here on the screen. But with the second trailer, they announced the opening song, which is really good. It's by Novel Bright, so I recommend listening to it so that you can like at least get a tease of what the opening would look like. I love that we have this. Just very briefly, it's like a romantic or like a romance between a protagonist who is hard of hearing, and she falls for a guy who's very worldly. He speaks multiple languages. She hasn't gone beyond her borders, and just talking to someone who just has experiences further than she has ever experienced, and them coming closer together. It's just a beautiful story, very well regarded, has a huge fan base already. And not only do we have the volume one, like the single volume one of this, but in 2024, about around the time of April, we'll have the 3-in-1 volume of this. So it collects the first 3 volumes together. So you can anticipate that as well later in the first half of 2024. So just something to anticipate. Or if you don't want to wait for it, you could just get the volume one that we already have, like the
And just
single
pick
volume
that
one,
one up. Yeah,
and just pick
exactly.
that one up. Yeah, if you want to prepare in advance to
Of
the
course.
anime.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought this is gonna be big. There a
Yep.
lot of fans behind this, so you should be aware of it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Keep an eye out for it. Definitely.
Mhm.
Great. And that's it. That's it for this week. Thank you so much. I do want to mention that there's a lot of uh covers on this FOC. This is a double FOC, obviously. So make sure you go through the whole list and then make sure you look at everything. There are some covers that weren't yet revealed at the time of recording, so they're coming up. I mean, this FOC has a Wolverine cover by Kevin Eastman. It also includes Dustin Nguyen doing Hulk, Rose Besh doing a for Scarlet Witch. There's so much happening on this FOC. So do take extra time at looking at this FOC carefully. We hope you enjoyed it. We'd love to do these for you. So check us out. Our other videos on YouTube, and like I mentioned at the beginning, we're also on other social media channels like Instagram, X, previously Twitter, and Facebook under at PRH International Comics. We hope, like I said, that you come back and comment and you let us know what you're gonna pick up and what you're excited about. So thank you so much. Bye.
Bye everyone.